All right, so first of all, I'm at 9 o'clock on the speed, and so I've got a slow drafting technique here. I like this the best for beginners. You'll notice, let me interrupt, I have a little veg there. I stopped spinning to get it out of there rather than continue to put the twist in. But my favorite little beginner's technique for drafting is pulling forward and then sliding my fingers back to bring the twist back. Pulling forward, sliding back. Pulling forward, sliding back. In the pulling forward, I'm automatically advancing my thread into the orifice, so I don't have to do a separate maneuver to make sure that I'm winding on. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop a second, and I'm just going to do a little ply-back test to see what I'm producing. There's a nice, fluffy little yarn that I'm making, and I think that's okay. So I'm going to keep everything about the same. So I need a slow drafting technique to match my slow flyer speed. Okay. I'm pulling forward, sliding back to let the twist in. Pulling forward, sliding back to let the twist in. Just like that. Now if I stop, I'm going to just let a little thread come out, and I let that ply back on itself. You'll notice it gets a little kinky coily. That's plenty acceptable. If I put it together this way, I get a much better idea of how much twist I've got in. Pretty soft amount of twist, but that's okay. If I want to spin, if I want to get it a little firmer, then I'm just going to have to let a little more twist in before I let it go in. But if I'm spinning thicker than this, I better not put more twist in. So let's just experiment. Here I'm going to do a much thicker draft. And I think that's going to be probably plenty enough twist. So now I'm just going to do a flyback test on that. And there, yeah, that's maybe even more twist than I should have put in. It's a little bit of a firm yarn. If I want to, I can simply just let some of that twist escape back in here. And now that's going to make this a much softer, fluffier yarn. So let me just get going again, pulling forward and sliding back, 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 stopping to get goobers out rather than continuing to put the twist in. And let's just look again, see about how much twist I'm getting. Now it's pretty soft, but that would be strong enough. But if I want a little more of a firm yarn, all I have to do is hold everything, put a little tiny bit more twist in. Now let's check it again. Okay, a little more twist in that same part. And let's check it again. And there, now it's gotten to be a more firm yarn. All right, so principles are simply speed the same. If I'm getting too much twist in, then I need to slow down more. If I'm not getting enough twist in, I can speed up. The other control is that if I'm getting too much twist, I can increase my scotch tension slightly. But I think in general, you want to primarily control speed. So let's take a look at that. There you go. So that's making yarn.